Yesterday, I was just playing Driving Empire when I ended up getting very bored. So I hopped on YouTube and found a very interesting video of Driving Empire nostalgia. And it really hit me back to when a couple years ago we had Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Bugattis. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out videos on YouTube from the old days of Driving Empire. So let's get straight into this video. Alright, so I actually have a good amount of nostalgic Driving Empire videos to watch today because I know people love the nostalgia of old Driving Empire. So I promise you guys, this will be the last one. I just found some pretty good videos for us to watch. So we're going to be reacting to them in today's video. So of course, without further ado, let's get on to the first nostalgic Driving Empire video. Alright, so here is the first video. It is titled Driving Empire Wafer Nostalgia. You probably can't see it because my head's right in the way. Sorry. But this one is by Skepto. He used to make a lot of Driving Empire videos. It seems to be the old highway race. Like, this is a very old race, okay? So he's driving in it looks to be in Hennessy Venom F5 here. These were when the models were good for like 2019 around there. So here's like an F8. You can tell there's a clear difference between new Driving Empire and old Driving Empire. Like, it's actually pretty crazy. There was even some funner races like Street Race. We need one of those because there's a perfect strip in Driving Empire for that. Like, let me show you the perfect place we could have this so-called street race in the new Driving Empire because we have a lot of potential in this game. We don't usually use all of it. Right on this road right here would be perfect all the way down to the city area because I know a lot of people rip in their fastest cars down this road. It goes from the dealership. It actually goes all the way from cross country down to the city, and it would honestly be the perfect place for a race, and they don't seem to use it, so they need to. All right, back to the video that we were watching. It's still showing all these races, which is pretty cool because look how many people used to meet up. Like, if you guys know in-game Driving Empire now, literally no one wants to race you unless you go into global multiplayer, and it's really hard to just communicate with people you want to play with if it's not just your friends you're already friends with. But yeah, this is really cool. People used to meet up. You can see some, oh my. There is a lot of Dodge Chargers in this screen right here. There's like 4 Dodge Chargers in the middle of a Pagani, an R34, and a 765 LT. Well, what is going on here? Why is everyone buying a Charger? I don't know. Well, here's the dealership. This is a very old dealership. I'm gonna show you how much Driving Empire has changed in like 3 years, 4 years. I don't really want to do the calculations, but let me show you the differences between the old dealership and this dealership. So here is the new dealership on the screen now. Oh! Okay, I did not mean to do that, but it's just a massive dealership. Obviously, this one has been changed a lot, but you can go inside and it shows most popular cars in the game are like right here, and the newest cars are right here. There's even sections for just brands only, like Pagani and stuff like that. The new dealership is so much better than the old one because this one is just outdated for sure. Very outdated. But here's the neighborhood because Fort, the original name for Driving Empire, was more considered like a suburban. Like, it had a lot more houses, a lot more like neighborhood-ish, while Driving Empire's new map is more of a city area. So yeah, this one was a bit different. They go in from suburbia, or whatever you want to call it, to city area. But yeah, the highway race originally, like, look how old the UI is. Look, that looks like a 2008 UI right there with the flames and the metal. Like, this is a riced out Bugatti Veyron. It has a spoiler and everything. What was going on in like 2019 / Driving Empire? But that was the entire first video, and it really just shows how much the game has changed because just look at this map, how much eye-grabbing it is. There's a lot of like glowing letters like NASCAR. There's the racing hub against just a couple races in a row like the old one we saw. There's so much changes, but is it really for the better though? You guys can decide that down below, but honestly, Driving Empire definitely needs a new map. But let's get on to the next video because the next video actually shows old Lamborghinis, and I know a lot of people miss Lamborghinis, so this is gonna be a lot of nostalgia in one video. All right, so the next video is called All Lamborghinis and Roblox. First up, we got the Gallardo, of course, the cheapest car. Start up. What was going on in 2020? Borges was really cooking with these cars because I think he took real startup sounds and just input them on the real cars in the game. They sounded way too good, I'm not gonna lie. For example, here's the Huracan that people could put twin turbo kits on and everything. That's why it had the body customization sticker right there on the UI. Huh? They just all sounded way too good. Like, let's go to the Aventador. Why am I watching this video? It's just gonna make me miss my Aventador even more, guys. Like, it's like a part of my heart was taken out when Lamborghinis were removed, and I don't even know if I'll ever experience it again. So that's a hard loss. But let's get back to the video. Here was the Lamborghini Aventador SV, also another really popular car in the game. Here's the startup. Okay, that is just way too good. Like, I might actually have to argue that the startups from 2020 or whatever era this was might actually be better than our newer car. I'm not gonna lie, it might have to be said, because what is that? And of course, the Aventador SVJ, probably the most popular Lamborghini ever in Driving Empire. Here is the startup. Okay, let's hear it. Okay, that's good. That's good. I might have to argue that old-sounding cars in Driving Empire were better than the new ones. I'm not gonna lie. Here is the Centenario. I still don't know how to say this. I just call it a Cento, but I literally own this car for 3 seconds. Yep, I bought it and sold it. I don't know what I was doing, but here is the startup on this Cento, whatever you want to call it. These cars all sound very good, and like just one thought. Would you rather see this in the dealership or all the licensed vehicles? You guys have to decide that in the comments below. We had the Aventador SVJ 63 edition. Not even a lot of people knew that this car was in the game because it was just so limited so long ago. And then a Veneno. This is just so crazy to see because this game came from Wafer and transferred over the Driving Empire, still unable to be bought. So this is actually a pretty crazy thing to see. And then also the Reventon. This is another crazy car to see. I actually just unlocked a lot of memory. But yeah, that video was pretty crazy. That guy showcased every Lamborghini, the startup, and all the rare Lamborghinis. But I have more for you. Actually, I have a all Bugatti video, so we're gonna check that one out right now as well. Let's go to that video and see what it's all about. All right, so here's a showcase of all the original Bugattis in Driving Empire, also by Roblox Pro. So shout out to whoever this mystery man is, but he really showcased every car from back then. First up, we got the Veyron. Sounds very good. This was basically the cheapest hypercar in the game that was good. Like, a lot of people, if they had just a decent amount of money, were buying this Veyron right here because it's only 1.6 million and you literally got a Bugatti. Really, really good deal. Next up, we got the Bugatti Chiron. That sounded way too good for Driving Empire. I don't know what's going on. Was the performance and sounds back then in Driving Empire? There's a lot going on here. I think I do remember actually buying this car because this car actually had a body kit. As you can see on the Bugatti Chiron, there's a little paintbrush, and what that means is that there's a lot of body modifications you could put on the car. We don't see that a lot in new Driving Empire because the licensed brands don't allow that, so this is pretty sad to see. The next car up is the Super Sport. Super crazy, honestly crazy. This was the car that if you didn't have enough money for the Just Go Absolute, you bought this car because it still went over 300 for sure, and it was the coolest looking car ever. I definitely own this car myself. I remember this. Next up is the Pure Sport. This was one of the best track cars in the game, believe it or not. Sounds very good. They all sound really good. The Pure Sport was one of the cheaper, high-class, top-speed handling cars in the game. But here is my beloved Devo right here. They're all just insanely good. I might have to argue that old Driving Empire was actually better than new Driving Empire. It might have to be argued in the comments down below, but this is just pretty crazy. And of course, the car known as literally the best car in the game by a long shot. Okay, so I guess that's what you got for $25 million, and it really shows because that thing was just too OP. You guys just had to live to see it. If you didn't play with that car, just know it was a nightmare. If you went against it, you were not gonna win. This car, at one point, the EB110 was considered the rarest car in Driving Empire. You guys would be doing a car meet, this car would pull up, and it would be the craziest thing ever. Screenshots, screen recordings, everything would start. Yeah, this is a grave piece of history of Driving Empire right here. But yeah, guys, those are all the videos that we have for today. I did have one more video to show, but I'm having a little trouble with my editing software. I'll get that fixed soon. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.